Ricky, last weekend, Josh Warrington, at his home ground, Ellen Road, went and picked up the featherweight world title against Lee Selby in a slightly similar scenario to when you beat Costa Zoo at the Manchester Arena, whereby you were a massive underdog, he was a massive underdog, but I think hometown, fighting in his hometown as you did, so it worked in your favour.
Yeah, very much so. You know, Lee, Josh is very much like myself. You know, he does it for his hometown, he does it for his people. He has a massive following base, and he was an underdog. You know, big underdog, and you know, he pulled it out. And there's no one probably better than Billy Graham. You know, because Billy Graham would know how I coped with the you know, with the fear factor, and the fact, you know, is that you know that was, you know, Josh's first fight where he wasn't the favourite. He was probably fighting favourite in all his previous other fights, but then all of a sudden your back's against the wall, you're in there for the world title, you know, and it's how to cope with it. And you know how I found it is just, you know, it's just another fight. You've got to try and shut out the crowd, which is easier said than done when you've got a following like Josh, you know. So it's you just got to look at it as another fight, shut out the crowd, you know, and just have, you know, faith in your game plan and your ability, and obviously that's what Josh did. But
well, I think that faith came from we took Josh and his dad down to see Billy Graham with John Evans, and they had a long chat, about 3 hours they were talking, and obviously Sean, Josh's dad, he's never been in that situation before, and so he just needed a little bit of reassurance. And from the conversation that he had with Billy, I think that gave both him and Josh the confidence to go out and win that title.
Yeah, I mean, it's no better than, you know, we're boxing family, aren't we, in this, you know, in this country. You know, Billy Graham, and you know, Billy Graham, I wish, you know, Billy's my mate, you know, and we're back mates again, and we get on well, and we speak on the phone now on a regular basis. And to be honest, and there's, you know, I think it's nice to see Billy being involved in something such as that, where Josh, you know, can see Billy Graham as, you know, someone to go to advice, because he's, you know, I think British boxing, you know, without Billy Graham, it's good to have someone like Billy Graham in British boxing, because he didn't just have Ricky Hatton as a world champion, did he? He had Cal Thompson, he had all the champions like Anthony Bingham and Paul Burke.
A fantastic stable, you know, wasn't it?
A fantastic stable of champions. So who better to go to advice for Billy Graham, especially when you think, you know, I was a massive underdog against Costa Zoo, and I've no doubt that would have given, you know, Josh and the confidence he did to go in it, because we were the only two people, me and Billy, that thought we could beat Costa Zoo. So if you're not going to speak to me about it, you know, Billy Graham's the next best person. But Josh has been down to speak to me before about, you know, he has the unbelievable fan base, you know, and it means a lot when someone of the calibre of Josh Warrington comes and knocks on your door and says, listen Ricky, you know, what advice can you give me in this area, that area? And I'm sure Billy Graham felt 10 feet tall, and you know, when Josh Warrington come and have asked him for his advice, and I bet he felt even bigger when Josh went out and did the business. Yeah.
Another similarity, well, alright, didn't you meet Costa Zoo when you was a young pro? I think you were only, what, 4 or 5 and 0, and you bumped into him somewhere at a...
No, I was WBU, like welterweight champion, and I was ranked about 10 in the world, and I bumped into him in Las Vegas. I was a bit hungover, to be honest with you. I went after the Eamon McGee fight, and I said, he beat Zab Judah. I said, congratulations, Kostya. I said, Zab Judah was a bit of a loudmouth, you know, I'm very, very proud that you shut him up and that. I said, I think I'll probably fight you one day. And he looked at me, he must have thought, who's this drunken Englishman saying he's going to fight me one day? But when the fight did get made at the press conference, he come up to me and said, I remember you from Las Vegas 2 years ago. He said, you were going to fight me, weren't you? I said, oh yeah. He said, congratulations, which was
how long ago after the original meeting then, before the fight happened?
About 18 months, 2 years, yeah.
A little bit similar then to the big build up to the fight with Lee Selby.
That's what Josh had to. That's the main thing. Even though you're the underdog, you've got to believe in yourself, and I believed in myself 2 years earlier. And you know, Josh had the perfect. You know, he's been brought on perfectly. I think he was, you know, one year he was English, and then he won the British, and then he won the Commonwealth, and then he won the you know, he's done it. Yeah. He's done it perfectly, all in gradual stages, and moved up in the levels. You know, he's not leapfrogging levels. He's done it bit by bit, done it at the right stage. When the fight come for his fight against Selby, it was a perfect timing because of the build-up that he'd had to that fight. And my fight against Kostya was also the perfect right timing, because I'd beat your Ben Takis and your Vince Phillips and your Ray Oliveira's, you know, and I'd had 15 defences of the WBU title, and that's what got me ready for the Kostya fight. And Josh has had similar build-up, you know, he's gone up in the levels, won the, you know, English title, British title, Commonwealth, he's gone through all the belts, so he couldn't have been any better prepared for that. But the one main thing you've got to do is when you fight a formidable fighter such as Kostya and Lee Selby, you've got to believe in yourself, and obviously he did, and that's what won it.
Thanks a lot, Ricky.
Cheers, mate.
Take care.